Very similar series to TDS record files, we're going to be doing this to Guts and BlackPowders instead, and this time we're going to be doing the very first, class, and that is the Rookie, aka the Soldier. The Soldier is essentially one of the only 7 classes available in Guts and BlackPowder, and quite honestly is a very popular class to choose from in Guts and BlackPowder because of just his long-range capabilities, damage, and just being good in every single situation you can think of. The Soldier does not require any achievements or in-game rules or requirements to unlock, or even game passes to actually purchase from. They are just completely available as soon as you play the game. Choosing the Soldier, you immediately unlock 2 items, the musket rifle and a saber. The musket rifle does quite honestly a pretty good amount of damage with only 1 shot in its chamber, or mag as you can say, has a small bayonet knife at the very tippity top of it that does quite honestly a pretty good amount of damage. A good old-fashioned, very trusty saber sword obviously deals a lot of damage, or equal amount of damage to many more enemies than, well, 2 or so. And that is everything for the Soldier's startup kit. Not really too much to actually go in depth for, as this man is also very popular for, well, customizing his outfits. Or one of the biggest reasons why people choose this guy and he's very popular is this man's arsenal weapons. He currently has the most items to choose from in the entire game of Guts and BlackPowders. First off, we have is the musket, the default weapon with solid damage, reload time, bayonet knife at the very top that does a decent amount of damage to 1-ish enemies at a time. For 600 franc coins, or I'm just going to be referring franc coins to just coins, you get the rifle, a pretty high DPS dealing weapon with pretty good precision, however a hell of a reload time, aka 14 seconds. This reload animation, especially literally this entire fucking white thing at the top marshmallow, is kind of a bit overkill. For 300 coins, you get the carbine, a complete opposite compared to the rifle. A kind of low DPS dealing weapon damage that doesn't perform at its best compared to others, but however, as a complete opposite to the rifle, has a much faster reload time at around 7 seconds. And then we have a strange weapon. For 700 coins, you get the lance, which is a long-range spear-like melee weapon that for some reason takes up a firearm slot instead of the melee slots. So you literally have 2 melee weapons if you have, well, this weapon. But this weapon does have a pretty damn good DPS damage and can hit many targets. Yet another firearm, and this is the horse artillery pistol for 700 coins. This is essentially one of the best and most popular weapons for the Soldier. Not too much damage, sadly, only around 85 DPS, but can still do great against pretty much every single enemy, especially buffs. It can shoot 2 shots, one after another or both at the exact same time for doubling the damage. This is one of the best weapons because of, well, pretty good damage and doubling its damage for 2 shots, and its extra shot for double kills like bombers or for backup situations. For 10,000 coins, we get the air rifle. Such an insane price is that it has up to 20 shots in each mag, which means you could literally just shoot endlessly one after another shot, pretty slowly, but one after another, dealing lots of damage or killing many bombers or very crucial enemies one after another without worrying about ammo for quite a while. But the most infamous part about this weapon is its air canister. Besides that, this weapon is still really good because, I mean, 30 shots per match is not necessarily a amount that you are literally going to be surpassing every single game. We have the 3 melee weapons, the saber, which you literally get for free, and quite honestly, pretty decent damage, pretty good damage spread, I guess. You can target many enemies at the same time, killing enemies at the same time. Quite honestly, a pretty reliable secondary. However, for a second melee weapon we have is the hand axe for 250. A bit more damage, but it does lack the range and well efficiency compared to the saber, but the only I guess upsides about this weapon compared to the saber is that it just does a bit more damage. However, you literally have to get very up close in order to actually deal damage to zombies. Now finally to the final melee weapon, and quite honestly the best one of them all, and that is the heavy saber for a pretty cheap price of 500 coins. This weapon is quite honestly one of the best melee weapons in the entire game. Sad that it's only available for one character, but goddamn, it is pretty strong. A huge amount of damage for either the top attack or the lower attack. Quite honestly, a very strong setup for the soldier overall. But wait, there's just a bit more to the soldier than you realize. Finally, we have the 3 items for the soldier. A bucket for, well, 50 bucks. This bucket of water would simply put out pools of fire from the Molotov zombie on the ground, or from teammates that are essentially on fire. This is very situational because the Molotov zombie is not necessarily too common. Next item, much more respectively nicer, is the grenades for 250 coins. A pretty high damage dealing item, but a hell of a timer that renders it useless at many parts, but it is still pretty good because I mean, like, Jesus Christ, it literally kills zombies. Then finally the alpha male, the tar bottle, which I just nickname as the Molotov. This is essentially just the much better tactical item to use than the regular grenade. No cooking or timer is featured for this grenade. However, when you throw this thing, it will instantly light ablaze any zombies, slowly killing them. And well, the most amazing part about these Molotovs is that it almost instantly blows up any bombers that you actually throw it on, especially when there's just a group of them or one after another and you're either out of ammo. This is an incredibly S-tier worthy item that pretty much has your back in every single situation, 10 times better than the grenade. This has been a pretty, I guess, informational video about the soldier for Guts and BlackPowder. Quite honestly, the soldier is one of the best characters in the game, even though he doesn't really have anything like super special about him. He's just a standard soldier that has very good weapons for pretty much every single situation you could think of. There's really no types of strategies you can actually think of this guy, apart from just taking up your weapon, making sure it's reloading, and just releasing hellfire on the enemy. That, my friends, is the soldier.